Okay, this is a model of Boba Fett's slave no less. That will give Anne Widdecombe some food for thought. And I'm not making it, I'm painting it and probably helping and cutting things off the sprue. But Mrs. Meltdown is making it because she's ill again. What went wrong this time?
I've got a blood clot in my leg.
There we are. That's serious then. About 4 days away from being dead, weren't you?
Well, I don't know about that, but it's good to have got it caught when we did.
Well, yes, but if it was in your leg and you measured the distance from there to your lungs or your heart, and the pace it was moving at, it was about 4 days away. But anyway, there we go. Well, we digress. So you're looking forward to it, aren't you?
Yes, it'll give me something to do while I have my leg propped up.
Yes, but we've also got to go for walks to keep the circulation going. So, in between walks, when you're recovering, you will be enjoying this.
I'm sure I will, yes.
Excellent. Off. This is it, or this is the image on the instructions. Boba Fett's Slave 1. After the fiasco over Anne Widdecombe's speech in the European Parliament, I don't know if I should say that anymore. Anyway, that's best left to people with bigger brains than the likes of you and I. Still, here's the parts, including a glass canopy and some big bits. So, get going. Well, it's a wonderfully sunny morning, so I took the parts out to spray. Any excuse to be outside on a fine day like this, and I'm out technically in the farmer's yard, but it's got a good fence for putting things on and spraying. People have mentioned weathering and what do I do, so I had lots of weathering shots and I must have put them in a weathering file and lost the file, so I'm going to have to start all that again then. But anyway, here we are. This is the best example. What I've done is sprayed everything black, in this case gloss black, because it's obviously a shiny, marvellous space vehicle. Then, although it's hard to see specifically, but I've sprayed this obliquely with two different shades of grey, one very dark and one very light. And what I mean is I've sprayed it at low level, so the spray goes across the surface rather than straight on. And I haven't shaken them up very well, intentionally, so that you get a bit of texture. So what we're getting is highlighting, low lighting and texture, and that's just the base surface. So then you can add wear and tear, weathering, scratches, all of that kind of thing. But that's the basics. What it does is it makes a sort of fortuitous weathering. So fate takes a hand, just as it does in real life. So that one's got quite a lot of the light grey, and this one's got quite a lot of the dark grey, with sort of, because I've sprayed it in different directions with different spray cans, it's got a very different surface. So that, as I say, fortuitous weathering, to my mind, is the way to go. There we are, rambled on enough with that, haven't I? Now I've got to go and feed the guinea pigs. Look at this. They're not supposed to be there, but there they are, enjoying very long grass. Don't worry, we won't really get in trouble because the farmer don't mind, he knows to do it, and we help him with the sheep and the cows when the snow comes in. This is all community action. If I have just caught a glimpse of this, we'll be having some of this on the 100th anniversary of the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari celebrations. So, bet you can't wait for that, can you? So here's some basic parts. Apparently the thrusters, those round things, don't know, they aren't going together perfectly, but we'll sort that out. There's loads of other bits and pieces on show there, and they all, I don't know, I'll have to ask the maker. Right, so what we've got here This is my problem. Is these aren't actually from the real world, are they? So I don't know what the parts are called, but that looks like a base with some kind of thrusters. Has that gone okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's I like these ones because they just clip together, so there's no nasty glue involved.
Okay, that's excellent. But if we run out of words, we'll have to make up some titles of our own, I suspect. Are you prepared for that?
I guess so.
All right then. So these wing things, they went on okay?
Yeah, they seem to fit fine.
Good. And now we're looking at the cockpit, which is 160th scale, which I think is about N gauge, so we could have that on the model railway.
Yeah, it might look a little bit out of place. Not very 1950s.
But it would, it could be the gods coming down. So that, you've put that kind of seating thing in a cradle. That, am I right in thinking that swings or rotates or something?
Yeah, I think it swings depending on which way up the vessel is, so he's not on his head, I guess.
But there's no gravity in space. Right, moving on. So now we've got more of the... Oh, that shows you how it all fits together. Right, and there's a little man. I suppose I've got to paint the little fella.
Yeah, definitely. He's too small for my paint skills.
Okay, and he sits in there. That's his control desk.
Yeah, it's the cockpit, I guess.
1, 2, 3.
Is that Boba Fett?
It's very small, isn't he?
He's tiny.
He is 1/600th scale. We have to assume he's not a large man in real life.
No, he still looks quite small in comparison to the
Yes, don't drop him.
vessel.
Vessel. Right, what's this now?
So I've just fitted the cockpit into the fuselage, which is a bit tricky. Needed a spare pair of hands for that, but it seems to fit quite nicely now it's in.
Right, and I wasn't involved in that at all, was I?
Well, you provided the spare pair of hands, but under
No,
my
I didn't.
under my expert direction.
Yes, indeed. And then the glass went on.
Yeah, then the canopy slots in.
Canopy? I always call it glassware. You're better than I am at this business.
Well, I presume it's canopy in a plane, so it must be canopy in a spaceship. So now I've put the two sides of the fuselage together, so it's starting to look a bit more like Boba Fett's vessel.
Well, this all looks the same. Why am I filming this? Have you done something?
No, I don't think so. You obviously just really liked it. Such good workmanship.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll chop this out.
So I think the next thing to do is to attach the fuselage onto the base. They're beautifully assembled.
I
Ready.
painted then.
I know, yes, I was going to mention that, but you don't need encouraging.
This is the final bit. Oh no, it's not.
I hope it is, he's in. Ooh.
Well, final bit for him, but there's a bit to put on the back.
Ah, okay.
Kind of radar thing.
Of course, very important.
I'll get you to do that later.
I'm not entirely convinced that's...
That's alright, don't worry about the glass bit.
No, just the back there.
Oh.
Oh,
There you go.
hang on. There we go. So I was thinking it felt quite snug, but yeah, that's better.
So the crisis is over, folks.
Happy with
We're
that?
there. I'm happy with that, I'm sure. You are?
Yep.
Brilliant.
Good fit.
Good. It's all been a good fit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
No glue necessary.
Yay.
Right, let's go for a walk.
And there we are, the two fitting together. Went together quite nicely, actually.
Well done. I'm impressed. I wish I'd made this now. It looks rather good.
Oh, well, leave it in my capable hands. And here it is, complete, on a stand and everything, which is very exciting. I'm quite proud of that. It was a good afternoon's work with one's leg on a cushion. Thank you for your painting assistance.
Yeah. I've done a bit of painting and a little bit of highlighting. Ooh, always makes a bad noise, doesn't it? Might just be able to work it out there. That kind of thing. And on the underside. I'll try and remember to show you on the instructions. It's hard to know what's going on because they put the stand on the instructions. Painting instructions, that is. And there's the top bit. And then I think you might need a bit of a gloss varnish, I suspect. Here's the painting instructions. Here is the top of the vehicle, and so we go to the bottom, the underside of the vehicle, and what is this? Just a big black half kind of semicircle oval. Well, that's the stand, and it's black. So we're given the highly useful information that the underside of the stand is black, having lost all of that. That's technical drawing. Do you know, for a simple model with not many parts, it's come out all right actually. Personally, I put it down to my painting, but you know, could be other things.
Yes, I think my model looks rather good, doesn't it?
I did a good job there, didn't I?
I did a good job. Your paintwork was all right.
Okay, yeah, it's done now. Would you do another? Was it good?
Yes, it was good.